All right, guys, we're in the Potager. This will be the August garden tour for the Potager. And we have beautiful flowers just engulfing the entrance, okay? We have these beautiful cotton leaf passion vine flowers. And I actually got a fruit. I let it go for too long, but maybe I can get some seeds out of it. Let me show you. All right, down here I had bagged a fruit and it did turn red, but it's real like dry and like hollow. So hopefully there's some seeds in there. So that's hopeful right there. But this vine is completely covered everything. This passion vine, it's absolutely a monster, like completely covering everything. It's like curtains. Like literally, I feel so cozy in here. Amongst the junk. Look at all the junk. I know, it happens. It's just me. It's just who I am. Okay. All right, so we have these beautiful flowers all along the gate. The bees love it. This is that cotton leaf passion vine. I've got some echinacea. I've got some David Austin. This is Graham Thomas rose. I've got some ham and eggs lantana. I've got some salvia farinaceae. It's just kind of a bit of a jumbled mess. I've got some zinnia, beautiful zinnia, one of my favorite colors this year. One of my favorites. Love it, like a royal purple. But the passion vine has absolutely come up and across and over and just, it's everywhere. Okay, so down here, after all the flowers, all the zinnias and things, I have a little bit of celosia that's self-seeded from last year. I have some sangria watermelon, and I'm having the hardest time getting a ding-dang watermelon. I have a baby one here. Hopefully that does something. I have a larger one there. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, that watermelon there, that's the second one I've had to get to that size. And then it just blossom and rots. It's about probably 6-7 inches long, and it just rots. I don't know if it's because it's hanging, maybe the weight of the hanging, maybe it wants to be laying on the ground. I don't know. It's making me mad because I can't seem to get a ding-dang watermelon. And there could be one hiding. It's crawling in here amongst the oregano, so maybe there's something hiding in there. Anyway, most of the tomatoes on these poles have died. I think this pole here has bananas noir that has kind of fallen over this way, and that one's still alive. Plus I have noodle beans. There's noodle beans hanging off of the tomato. Those are asparagus beans, the green noodle beans. This is my dwarf long green okra, and this is the tallest okra I have, and it's a dwarf. So there's a flower. There's one that got away from me. That's too big. There's one that's a little too small. There's one over there that might be just about right. But anyway, this dwarf long green okra has been very prolific. I'm very pleased with it. Oh, there's a good size. That's probably the right size right there. I did have some dried beans in there, like some orchid beans and stuff. I really need to clean all of that out and just redo it, replant it up with something. So like I said, all this green stuff is oregano. Oh, hey, I do have some jasmine. This is for jasmine tea. There's some jasmine flowers. Need to harvest those before they fall off. That's the first like actual full flowers I've seen. Oh, and there's a bee inside my green flesh ayote. Oh, there. That's my green flesh ayote squash, and I do have several. Look, there's one down there, good size. There's another one in here, not sure where, but yeah, there's two of them. This is my second favoritist zinnia, this yellow. Isn't that pretty? Oh, bees love it. I've got a little rose hiding back there with a wine bottle watering system. There's another rose down there in that pot. Can't really see it. There's a green flesh ayote that I think is ready. We'll probably harvest that one today. See how it's starting to turn that amber yellow color? And I have to protect them, these ding-dang squirrels. Anyway. So here's more of my sangria watermelon that's crawled over this way. I had planted some brassicas about a month ago that I started indoors. There's one of my 1 kilo slow bolt. Oh my gosh, we got motors. Okay. So these got ate up real bad, like real bad. And I'm probably gonna restart my Napa cabbage, my 1 kilo slow bolt Napa cabbage, and whatever brassica this is. Yeah, I'm not sure what it, oh, and the irrigation just came on. Okay, well, I mean, that's actually good. I haven't looked at the irrigation in a while to see if I have good coverage, if it's spraying good. Which that looks like it's spraying pretty good. Okay. This is a purple ruffles basil, looking beautiful. All of these big green leaves right here, this is all green flesh aote for the most part. You can see it goes on and on and on forever. So that green flesh aote is doing really well. There's a Gulf fritillary on my zinnias. Oh, it just flew by my head. Yeah, those zinnias are really pretty color too. And I have more noodle beans here. Yeah, more noodle beans. I had red and green. The red never really took off. Oh my gosh, but look at this nonsense. These are leaf-footed bug nymphs. Look at them. Yeah, that's an infestation, and they're eating my noodle beans. Yeah, they just suck the life out of my noodle beans. It's really quite rude. Anyway, one of my favoriteest flowers this year, look at this Veronica, or Garden Speedwell, I think. I grew this from seed, and it is so delicate and so beautiful. It's like one of my favoriteest things. These little purple spikes. I think that one's done, but there's a few here. Look at that, isn't that pretty? They're just so beautiful. And then this is some gomphrena that I grew from seed. There's a shield bug, stink bug. We don't want those, but there it is. Anyway, love this gomphrena that I did from seed. Very pretty. More purple ruffles basil. See how they look so different? That's from the same seed pack. Very pretty, very pretty. And I have a cardoon back there. Kind of looks like an artichoke. This is my Dr. Pepper plant. It's flowering. Those pretty little flowers. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I haven't cooked with it yet. You're supposed to wrap meat with it, like wrap the meat in the leaves, and it gives it kind of a Dr. Peppery root beer kind of flavor in Latin cooking. More green flesh aote vine, and then this is a watermelon. This is Moon and Stars. I don't think I have a melon yet, but it's kind of hard to tell. So it is just started to really take off, and it's getting quite a lot of flowers. So we'll see what that does. My grapes, I'm full of grapes. I'm absolutely covered up in grapes. I need to harvest. Oh, and that is a Thai basil, that big basil-y with all the flowers. That's my Thai basil. That's doing really well. Look at all the grapes. I'm so covered in grapes. I have just buckets and buckets and buckets of grapes, so that's kind of fun. All the grapes. I'd have to get a ladder to get all those grapes. This is my olive tree. It's doing pretty good. I need to cut the grape off of it before it tangles up in there. I do have a lot of weeds to pull. I do need to do that. You can see my succulents hiding in there with Stanley amongst all the weeds. Irrigation's still going. This is more green flesh aote, green flesh aote. Now, you can see this right here is green flesh aote. This here is a pumpkin. See the white sort of pattern on the leaves? This is my pumpkin, and this is that, oh, Musky de Provence pumpkin, and that's this coming here. And I think the pumpkin and the green flesh aote are doing so well, like they haven't been decimated as bad by the vine borer, is because it's growing along the ground. I took the cover off because the wind was blowing it and it was coming undone, and I'd have vine borers that were getting stuck underneath here with my vegetables. They would somehow get in and couldn't get out. So next year, I still believe in covering. I still believe covering's the way to go. But I need to make sure when I do cover next year, it's completely covered and I have bricks or something securing it all the way around. Anyway, these are surviving so well because they're not up in the air, they're along the ground, and they're able to root in at multiple nodes so that if a vine borer does get one part of it, it's not getting the entirety of it. I do have some green flesh aote over here as well. There it is. It's hanging up in there. There it is. Anyway, they're doing really well. Bees are doing their jobs. Looks good. This right here is my fruit tree. Oh, with the green, not with the green, with the orange little fruits on it. What's it called? I'll have to put it on the screen. I can't remember the dang name. Anyway, it's a fruit tree. This is some lavender that I grew from seed last year. Still doing well. Got a little pineapple here. Got a little self-heal. This is an herb self-heal that I got at a plant swap. Still don't know how to use it, but I'm just trying to keep it alive till I figure it out. It feels soft. Oh, that feels nice. Feels better than the other Munstead. Anyway, this is like maybe tall Vera. I think this is tall Vera and this is Munstead. Anyway, we have some dragon fruit babies right here. They're doing okay. More of that gomphrena that I grew from seed. Yeah, look at that big mass of gomphrena. It's amazing. Also, this purple, beautiful purple, kind of looks like a Japanese maple. That is Mahogany Splendor hibiscus. It's gonna get a big, oh, and it's getting tall too. It's gonna get a really big velvety red flower. And I just recently learned that the leaves are edible for tea. So it doesn't taste as lemony as the hibiscus roselle. The roselle hibiscus has a really strong lemon sour taste. That one has a lemon sour taste. It's just not as strong, but it's still really good. Got some red salvia that comes back. It reseeds everywhere. I've got some chocolate bubblegum holy basil. I don't know what makes it chocolate bubblegum, but it does smell different than my other holy basil. Smells good though. Smells good. More purple ruffles basil. Sorry about the lighting. The sun is just really kind of messing things up. I've got some milkweed. It's got milkweed beetle on it. There's a milkweed beetle. Hard to see him. The rest of my squash, the vine borer got. I did have this covered, but same thing again. The cover slipped off. The vine borer got in. You can see the damage. So my regular summer squash got hit pretty hard. What you're seeing trailing here is the pumpkin and the aote, and they're rooting in. Look, it gets junky over here, but you can see the pumpkin is still going all the way down here. All the way down here, and it's still doing okay. I can tell the vine borer's gotten in there. You can see, yeah, the vine borer's gotten in there, but because it's rooting at different nodes along the way, it's still alive, so cross your fingers. Okay, this is a beautiful rose. This is Bliss Parfuma, and this is from a cutting that I took years ago off the mother plant, and it's doing so good. So I'm going to take some more cuttings to take to the plant swap. I think I just broke that. Oh my gosh. Well, that's going to be my cutting. So there we go. That's my cutting. Let me put it, I'm going to put it in one of these cups. Here we go. And that's all I do. I just stick it in some dirt. And it usually roots. I will have to take those flowers off, but I'll do that later. Okay. This is some chamomile, German chamomile? No, Roman chamomile. It's from last year, and it just never really did anything, and now it's like starting to die, so that sucks. And I've got my carnation that I grew from seed. It's not doing so well in that little container. This, gosh darn thing, I did this June 18th. This is a cucumber, and it was doing really well. And then I let it sit in this pot for like 85 months. So I need to plant that cucumber. It's the one Jabai Shimashirajaj, and I need to plant that over on the towers. I need to do that. I've got some of my creeping thyme that's starting to die out. I'm not sure why. It's weird. Anyway, this pot here had a bunch of stuff that I got from the last plant swap. You know, some basils, some bergamot, what was that? That was a delphinium. It's actually still alive. Looks like crap, but it's still alive. Anyway, probably need to remove that pot and do something with all that. It's just real junky over here. That windstorm that we had that broke that tree in the backyard, that oak tree that fell down, it also blew over my moringa. So my moringa was nice and straight and tall. Now it's leaning and looking dumb. That's okay. And then these sugar bowl gourds. These sugar bowl gourds have been doing really well, okay? But the squirrels have been mistaking them for melons, I think. Remember I had a white melon back there, and I'm like, how did the squirrel, I didn't even know I had a white melon. Well, it wasn't a white melon, okay? It's my gourds. These squirrels are taking my sugar bowl gourds and then realizing it's not something they want to eat. I know, I don't know why they just don't eat the grapes. Look, there's muscadine grapes everywhere. And the grapes are really sweet, really tasty. See those? Why don't they just take the grapes and leave my gourds and melons alone? It's weird. Anyway, I still have a Brussels sprout, still alive. Little crispy, crispy sprouts on there. That's my Red Bull Brussels sprout. This is valerian. I'll probably harvest the root this winter, for valerian root medicinal. My sage died. I think it's because I had a lot of vegetation over here, and when I cleared it off, it started getting more sun than it was used to. Because the sage that's still way back here in the shade, this sage is still alive, but the stuff that got exposed to the sun after not having sun for a while, it's getting crispy. So anyway, right here I have another cardoon. Well, this cardoon was one cardoon, and it got really big and tall, and it flowered. Now the flowers dried up. They never did open to make that pretty purple flower. But anyway, the flowers, it flowered, flowers dried up, the plant died, I broke it off, and here come two new ones. So you can see the main one was right here. See that hollow stick? There's the main plant, and then two new ones came up. I think that's kind of a little badass. I wasn't expecting that. So that's fun. And then here's my donkey ears. So pretty. And it makes these pups. Its other name is like a mother of millions, because it makes little pups along its stems. There's some good sized pups there. Anyway, I'll be taking off all these pups and potting them up just like I did these over here the other day. And these are doing really well. This is all the stuff I potted up. Look at those. Look at all my little babies. Look, you can see new growth. There we go. There's some new growth in the middle. So they took. That's good. And I'll go ahead and show you some of these while I'm over here. Let's see. The passion vine that I did. I like these clear cups because you can see the roots. Let me see if I can find a better example for you. You can see the roots down in there. So this one took. It's a passion vine. Oh, there's some good roots. See those good roots? Yep. So this variegated lantana took. You can see the roots. Very good. Some of this is tomatoes, dwarf tomatoes that I need to get planted. I had potted them up, so this is dwarf 1999. It's got a little flower on it. So these little tomatoes I need to plant in pots. I have some, larger size pots. Some of these larger pots that just have junk in them. So I'm going to pot up those dwarf tomatoes in there. I've got just stuff from the plant swap and from when we went to the Master Gardener thing. I forgot what this is called. I think it's like a candlestick plant or something. It's like a host, butterfly host plant, and it started growing into the ground where I had it, so I had to rip it out by the root. So I think that stressed out these leaves a little bit. But anyway, I need to get that planted in here. Just all kinds of miscellaneous whatnots and things. Whew, I'll probably go into things in better depth at another time. So that's kind of this whole row. You can see the grapes are full of grapes. The grapes are graping. Grapes are graping. 4 o'clocks are still alive. I never get to see them bloom because they just bloom at weird hours. They bloom like at dusk or something. Anyway, mostly yellow. Need to cut back these grapes. I planted my mahogany splendor hibiscus here. Bella, get out of there. She's about to knock it over. Look, now it's leaning. Anyway, I have my stevia here. I took the stevia out of the green stalk that was on the porch. And then this salvia broke off yesterday, so I stuck it in this bucket with this water. And it started blooming again. Yesterday it was all wilted and looking sad, but that's good because I want to pot that up. That's my favorite is salvia. It's a beautiful pink, like a coral pink and white salvia. So I'm gonna take several cuttings off of this and put it in pots so I can spread it around. But yeah, this is stevia. This is mahogany splendor hibiscus. I have 4 and they look really nice backdrop. I have some horehound here that I did from seed, still alive. I did this almost 2 years ago. I put a little hosta here under the little water fountain thingy. I've got mustard, red giant mustard. I threw some seeds in here a while back and those took off. I do have to do some weeding. I have a little fern. It's doing okay. Doing okay. All right. So this is a huge tick seed. This bush is just going to be covered in yellow flowers in about another 6-8 weeks. It's going to look really pretty. I have kind of been working on cleaning up this area. I did weed eat yesterday. The grass was like almost to my knees, to my shins. It was terrible. Anyway, so all that's really left around here is some junky stuff. Oh, there's a zinnia. That wasn't there yesterday. There's a zinnia. I've got some junk. Oh, I do have my spider plant here, and I think I'm going to cut off this little one here because I'm seeing some little roots down there, and pot that up and take it in the house. But it's doing really well outside. And I don't know if you knew, but they do make flowers. So there's the flowers of the spider plant, house plant, makes flowers. Bees love it. There's my bird of paradise. My succulents, I think, are burning up. This corner gets a little bit too much sun in the afternoon. It's in the shade most of the day, but in the afternoon it does get too much sun. It's burning up a little bit. Even this is getting a little too much sun. So we might move that. Look at all this. This is all the stuff I cleaned up yesterday and I just threw it up in the compost. So much vegetation. Speaking of vegetation, look at all this. Completely covering everything is that, I don't know if it's a cypress vine or a cardinal vine. It's the one that has the ferny leaves. Hummingbirds love it. Yeah. Hummingbirds love it. It kind of looks like Christmas right now. But between the passion vine and this hummingbird vine, like literally this garden is it's covered. It's completely covered. It gives privacy, you know, because we have the grapevines here, and then we get into the cypress cardinal vine. And then we get into the, you know, passion vine. More ham and eggs lantana. I'm going to cut all this out today. There's a white zinnia. But it's all coming out, okay? All of this, not the vines, but all of this vegetation right here. Taken all that out. It's too junky, it's too congested, there's no airflow. Makes me nervous. I don't know what's in there. I'm going to cut it all out. These, I need to figure out what to do. I need to get these planted. These are some things that I grew from seed in the house. And the sign is faded from all the rain. This is a prairie sun, Rebecca, I believe. No, something coreopsis. Double sunburst coreopsis. Look at that. Beautiful. But they need to get out of these little pots. Also my Dusty Miller that I grew from seed. Isn't that pretty? This is Maritima Dusty Miller. Need to get those planted. And I'm trying to decide where I want them. Do I want them like over here with my Mahogany Splendor Hibiscus and do just kind of an ornamental planting right there? Do I want them in some of these shadier beds here, or do I want them in the circle bed, which is an absolute crazy mess right now? This circle bed's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Look at all this Gara. It's beautiful, right? Beautiful little whirling butterflies, this Gara. And usually the bees are all over it, like all over it. Not so many bees this morning, but it's the prettiest thing. But it's absolutely crazy. You can see how big it is. It's probably, I don't know, 4 feet by 10, 20 feet. It goes almost halfway around, like the whole half circle. So that's crazy. We'll just go ahead and look at this circle bed here. I had some roses that died. My yellow rose here died. This yellow rose here died. I've got a white rose that's blooming right now, very pretty. And then this is my Samantha lantana, which I'm going to take more cuttings. I told you they root very easy, and it's starting to spill over into the grass. So I'll probably just do a trim, cut that all the way down there, and then just root all of those cuttings. But yeah, this Gara is crazy. And I only had a few Gara cuttings that took. I think I only had 4 that took. So we can do lots. As much as I have soil and pots to put them in, I'm gonna keep taking cuttings of this Gara before I completely hack it back. I've got to hack it back. But it looks so pretty with the little bird bath behind it. There was a little bird in the bird bath this morning. And this purple flower, it's pretty. It's a Mexican petunia, but it's highly invasive and it's so hard to get rid of. It's pretty though. Hummingbirds love it. Bees love it. And then my echinacea is getting swallowed up. I didn't have nearly as many blooms this year as I did last year. And I do have some diseased echinacea that I need to take out. I haven't done it yet, and it looks like it's getting worse. This disease, I forgot what it's called, but look what it's done now. See, all the little, on top of the buds, it'll make other buds, and then those buds will make buds, and then those buds will make buds. And it's, I forgot what it's called, but I'll put it on the screen. Anyway, I need to take that out before it spreads to my other echinacea. Anyway, I've got some blue salvia ground cover here. I've got my Mum's chrysanthemum. This is all white chrysanthemum. It's already bloomed and gotten crispy, and I really need to hack it back. It's already starting to set buds for a fall bloom. But yeah, I've got some tick seed in here I'll probably take out just because it's too congested in here. I've got some golden edge duranta right here. Look, I've got an oak tree. I need to clean this out really bad. Anyway, that's a circle bed looking crazy. All right, come back over here to the entrance. We have citrus tree here. This is my Persian lime. This is some amaranth. And then I have 2 watermelons here, but I'm not sure what's what. You saw me with the dark rind watermelon that was red inside. I don't know if that's one of the doll babies. I think the yellow one was a doll baby, but I'm supposed to have a white flesh watermelon as well, and I haven't seen any of those yet. I don't think the yellow one was the white one because it was very obviously yellow and not white. So, and I have some babies. Yeah, they look like they died. That got blossom and rot. But I have 1, 2, and then this third big one. So right now I have 3 good-sized watermelons. I need to cover that one. Probably when I pick that green flesh ayote, because I only have so many waste baskets, I'll take that waste basket cage and put it on that one. Over here, I have a lot of marigolds, more of that salvia. I've got this baby dwarf eggplant. Forgot the name right now. I've got some sweet alyssum here. I've got some more of that Munstead lavender and some creeping thyme in there. More of that salvia, pink salvia, and then the red salvia. And this pink salvia is reseeding. It's sending out seedlings, and I'm so happy about that. Now, here's my cucumber, and it's doing terrible. I'm going to take that vine out. It did start to reinvigorate, and then the rot got to it again, so I'm taking out that. This cucumber, Space Master 80, is kind of trying to do something. I picked a cucumber the other day, but I think that might be the last one. I may redo them. I think if I can get a 65, 70-day cucumber, we can still do cucumbers, so that'll be fun. Over here I have more sweet alyssum spilling out of my little spill pot that looks cute. Let's see, I've got some basils in here. I think this is lettuce leaf, but I'm not entirely sure. And then my Greek oregano is doing amazing. Look how pretty that is. It has really taken off probably in the last month. It was kind of stagnant as one little stick for months and months and months. And as soon as our heat and humidity and all the rain kicked in, man, I might break off some pieces for the plant swap. I don't know. It smells delicious. Then I've got some little strawberries here, little alpine strawberries. These are some strawberries from the main bed over there that I dug up. I've got some common thyme. Some more alpine strawberries back there. Got a little succulent. My nasturtium died, my phoenix nasturtium. So I think I might plant one of my dwarf tomatoes in here. And then we'll do maybe some Armenian cucumbers or something down here. We'll see. Now this mammoth beast of vegetation on this trellis. This is my jelly melon. And for the longest time, there were 0 flowers, no flowers. And I think last week, I finally saw a flower. Like, I don't know why it doesn't want to flower. There's so much vegetation, and it's not like I'm fertilizing it. It's not like I'm giving it too much nitrogen. I'm not doing anything. And everything else seems to be doing okay. It is getting a little diseased. You can see the discoloration. Some are a light yellow. Some are, getting spotted. Some of them are okay. But it did finally flower, and I did see a little spiky fruit on here. But I think it was just a female flower that didn't get fully pollinated because I don't see it anymore. So it probably fell off. But there was a teeny tiny little oh, there it is. Yeah, it didn't get pollinated, I don't think. There's a little spiky fruit right there. Yeah, I don't think anything happened. Oh well. I do have some, what are they? Dahlias. My dahlias are doing okay. They're starting to shrivel up and shrink up a little bit. They're not as big and robust as they were earlier in the year. It's just so hot. And then I have some Greek oregano in this pot. I have some beautiful zinnias. I love how each zinnia, they're just, the habits are different. This is more like a pink cupcake. Very fluffy. I love that. Very cupcakey. Very cupcakey. I love it. And then this one is like just this fierce orange melon. It's like a watermelon-y orange, like coral. Oh, it's just beautiful. And then we have more echinacea down there. And I have all this frilly, fronzy stuff. That's asparagus. And then I have some German fennel right here. I call it German fennel because I can't pronounce the name. Something gross finger fennel. Anyway. Oh, look at that bundle of flowers. Yeah. This is my improved Meyer lemon. And I do have one lemon. So, but yeah. Oh, look. Okay. My lime tree over there flowered after I repotted, and I wasn't sure if this one was going to do it. We're just going to have to out-talk the talkers. We're going to have to out-talk them. But this one started flowering now, so I think potting up really helped them. I think they needed it. I think they like it. That's cool. Anyway, there's a bee. Anyway, that's fun. All right, y'all. So coming back over here, we have the Moro, which is a blood orange. And see, we're getting all this muckety muck. I don't know what's going on with the leaves. If that's leaf miner, like that's definitely leaf miner, that there. But I don't know if this is it as well. So we'll see. We'll see. We've got some more of that fennel here. Some mustard. Red giant mustard. Got some succulents here. Beautiful. I need to clean out this bird bath again. More feverfew right there. More of that salvia. See, I did not plant this here. This self-seeded. It's so pretty. So pretty. I love the pink and the blue together. I'm loving pink and blue. Here's more milkweed. It's got milkweed aphids on it. The milkweed, and milkweed beetle. The milkweed aphid is an orange aphid. That's what all that orange is. And then you can see the milkweed beetle right there. Their larva is pretty cool. They look like little aliens. They're little beetle larvae. It's kind of pretty. This is another one of my David Austin roses here. Looking very healthy. This one is not getting as bad a black spot as sometimes they get around here. So let's see. What is this one? This one is Emily Bronte. Doing really well. Have another cardoon there. And then this is actually one of those medicinal trees, like what I got in the plant swap. Mimosa. And I've never had a mimosa seedling in my yard. And as soon as I get one from the plant swap, I get one in my yard. Because the one I got from the plant swap is right here. So that's kind of fun that a mimosa showed up after I got one. Anyway, so we have that cardoon there. This is the David Austin rose that I planted hoping it might come back, but it's already pretty much dead. This is Gentle Hermione. I see one last spot of green, but David Austin's already said they're going to replace it because obviously that just didn't do anything. I've got some dinosaur kale here. And then I have some blue butterfly pea. This is Clitoria ternata. And you can see why it's called that right there. So pick these for tea. Beautiful butterfly pea. And that's some that reseeded from last year. I did not plant that. And we have some more little seedlings here. This is more blue butterfly pea here. So I just dug some up and put it around that little trellis. Oh, there's more flowers here. You can see it better. Yeah. Very pretty blue, very pretty. And then these are the brassicas that I brought outside from the house. I had started these seeds indoors and I brought them outside so I could plant. And I only ended up planting half of them, like way over there in that bed. And they got ate up and the heat destroyed them. And I left these, have been left outside to get sun and harden off, but what happened is the pests got to them and the heat got to them, and I'm probably gonna have to restart all of these. They just look terrible. So brassicas need to be restarted. This bed here, I cut out the marigolds that were growing everywhere. I've got some self-seeded salvia, mainly red salvia. I'm hoping some of these will be pink, but here's red salvia. Pollinators love it. More dinosaur kale. This is a pawpaw tree, and I have another little baby pawpaw tree back behind that black bucket. More milkweed. I started cutting it back, but I didn't cut back all of it. You can see it's starting to regrow. And we've got some little baby, oh my gosh, they're so cute. Little baby ladybugs. Hold on, let me see if I can zoom in. Alright, so we have little tiny ladybugs enjoying the aphids. Coleus, I still have never taken cuttings of it, and I need to. I need to take cuttings of this coleus and spread it around. It's so pretty. And look, it's going to flower. I probably need to cut these off, but every time I think of cutting them off, there'll be bees all over them. So anyway, I need to root cuttings of that coleus. And then this is my shampoo ginger, and I have one little dahlia that came back from last year. But this is my shampoo ginger. I have not seen any shampoo flowers come up yet, but maybe next year, because I planted this last year and I think they need to be in their container for a couple of years to get a little bit root bound, and then that's when they'll send up their flower spike once their roots get a little tight. So hopefully next year. But yeah, I think this is probably the fastest I've ever done this garden. Maybe because I didn't concentrate on every little blade of grass. But this is probably the fastest I've gone through. And plus it's getting noisy. I'm sweating. I'm wearing long sleeves to keep the mosquitoes off of me, but I'm sweating. You know what? Let's walk around the outside real quick. I think there's some things I can show you that are hanging around on the outside, and then we'll be done. All right, sorry for the noise, guys, but let's see. We have, oh, very pretty pink zinnia. Marigolds, another mahogany splendor hibiscus. This is my green flesh ayote, just crawling along here. So we have some ayote right here. There's one. I think there's enough. There's the other one. Pretty good size, pretty good size. Oh, and they're heavy too. That's nice, nice and heavy. But you can see the whole front of the garden is just covered in that passion vine. It's so pretty. Looks even better when I don't have junk everywhere, but you know me. You know me. All right, back here, we got a noodle bean flower. Isn't that pretty? And then this is gonna be a red noodle bean coming out of that flower. Very pretty. Oh, that's a pretty zinnia. Look at that one. I don't know if you can see it. It's a very pale, pale pink. Really pretty. And then we have these kinds. See, these kind are not my favorite because they're not very fluffy. But these are the kind the bees like the best because they can get to the pollen better. So I like the fluffier ones, but these ones are actually better for your pollinators. They look more like echinacea. They're kind of cone flower shaped. Anyway, yeah, look at that. It's like falling over. The grapes are so heavy. Everything's falling over. But the grapes are delicious. These are muscadines or scuppernongs, I guess, if they stay green. But yeah, we are loaded I need to get the basket out and start picking these. They're so ready. Some of them are over ready. I need to clean the vines off this wall again. Anyway. I don't like walking under those because I feel like those big orb weaver spiders are hanging somewhere. They probably are. Anyway, I'm eating the grapes. Delicious. Got some tick seed way up there, about 10 feet. That's going to look pretty when it blooms. Anyway, more green flesh ayote. There's that one I was trying to show you that was stuck in there. Mahogany Splendor. And then we have some little Kajaris trying to start. Little tiny baby Kajari. Teensy tiny. There's another one. Look at that. Teensy tiny. We'll see if they make it. That's my moringa that fell down. That's real sad. Anyway, that's my moringa. Sadness. Okay. Well, I hope you're able to tell how many ding dang grapes I have. It's ridiculous. What I want to do is several things. I want to make grape jelly. I want to make grape juice, like bottled juice, to add to my sparkling water and stuff. Kind of like almost like a syrup to add to my sparkling water. And then I want to make some wine. I want to try to make some muscadine wine. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway. All right, y'all. I guess that's about it. We're coming to the entrance here. I have a couple of house plants here. I've got a beautiful, beautiful aloe here. I've got a beautiful bromeliad from the last plant swap. Those colors. Yeah. It's gotten a lot of new pups since the plant swap. I got this at a plant swap. Oh, that's full of water. Oops. Pour that out. That's full of water. And then another bromeliad here. Hopefully they bloom soon. All right. Anyway, it's noisy. It's a Sunday. Anyway. I know the videos haven't been real consistent. I know. I'm working on it. Okay. I want to thank you guys so much for watching as I walk towards the unfinished greenhouse to show you. I know. It's been here so long. I had to take all the stuff out that I had in it so we could weed eat it. Y'all, the grass took it over. There's about 1.5 feet tall of grass in here. It's crazy. I know. Can't even see all that decomposed granite we put down in there. There's even a tree. A woody tree has had time to grow. Okay? I know. Anyway, we're gonna work on that. Okay? Haven't worked on it in months. Also, I've got some ground cover lantana here. I'm gonna take cuttings of that ground cover lantana for the plant swap. Mahogany Splendor and blueberries. I have blueberries and lemongrass. Okay, now we're done, I promise. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. We're not done. One more thing, I promise. Okay, in this bowl right here I had some mulch. I had been sifting out mulch from my soil and putting it in this bowl. Well, apparently some sort of seed fell in it and the mulch got wet and something started growing. I don't know what it is, but it's real healthy looking. I don't know if it's a squash or a pumpkin. It's one of those. Anyway, it just started growing in mulch. There's no soil in here, it's just mulch. No soil, but the roots are really good and healthy, so I'm gonna plant that somewhere today too. And then I've got my 2 plum trees from Gary. One's a Odom plum, and I don't remember what the other one is. Anyway, they got grass in them. I need to plant those in the ground. And then my fig that I got from Drell, I need to plant that in the ground. I didn't get any figs this year. Okay. Also, there's 2 begonias. There's a begonia in each of those pots. Okay, I'm done. Okay, bye.